All right, welcome to this meeting of the Glendale Arts and Cultural Commission, August 18th, 2022. Roll call.
Commissioners Tufenkian,
Here.
Vidor,
Here.
Vice Chair Vyar,
Here.
Chairperson Yank.
Here.
Agenda item 1A, report of the recorder reposting the agenda for the August 18th, 2022 regular meeting of the Glendale Arts and Culture Commission was posted on August 15th, 2022 on the bulletin board outside of City Hall. Agenda item 2A, minutes of the July 14th, 2022 special meeting of the Arts and Culture Commission.
Okay, are there any changes or comments on either of the meetings? No? Can we approve these in one motion? We'll take a motion to approve the consent items.
We can. I'll make sure to state that we are going to be presenting the two motions as a combined item for agenda items 2A and 2B, minutes of the July 14th and July 21st meetings of the Arts and Culture Commission.
I move we approve the consent items.
And I'll second.
We'll call Commissioners Tufenkian,
Yes.
Commissioners Vidor,
Yes.
Vice Chair Vyar,
Yes.
Chairperson Yank.
Yes.
Agenda item 3A, new staff, Merrill Fleischer Marketing Program Supervisor.
Good afternoon, Commissioner Vidor, Chairperson Yank, Commissioner Vyar, Commissioner Tufenkian. My name is Merrill Fleischer. I'm the Marketing Program Supervisor for the Library Arts and Culture. I come to this role with 20 plus years of working in the performing and visual arts, most recently at the Los Angeles Philharmonic and the Getty Center. I'm excited to be here supporting the Library Arts and Culture and bringing people back to the libraries. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes, big welcome.
Agenda item 3B, Library Arts and Culture events presented by Jennifer Fukutomi Jones, Principal Arts and Culture Administrator. Let me pull this up. Okay, we would first like to welcome everyone back to the school year. We're very excited and wish everyone a successful school year along with all the families and kids that are returning. This, in conjunction with the new school year, GLIC continues to offer various learning opportunities for all ages to support continued growth and learning, such as homework help, study rooms, and online learning. So please feel free to visit the link on the screen for more information. Currently on exhibit at the Reflect Space Gallery at Central Library is Modes of Resistance, Legacies of Colonialism, and Comfort Women. The four featured artists imagine new modes to speak to this legacy of violence and, through their work, seek pathways of resistance and healing. The exhibit closes on October 9th, and for more information, please visit the link on the screen. The Brand Summer Music Series has successfully received approximately 300 attendees per concert over the course of the summer. The series takes place on Fridays at 7 p.m. and is located on the hillside behind the Brand Library. Coming up next on Friday, August 26th, is Dave Stuckey and the Hot House Gang featuring swing and jazz music, followed by Friday, September 9th with Eva and the Vagabonds featuring pop music. And the final concert of the series is on Friday, September 16th with Osayeros, which is featuring Brazilian and samba music. And for more information, you can visit the link on the screen. Now on exhibit at the Brand Library and Arts Center is Generations Abstract Los Angeles, 4 Generations, which attempts to document a line of inheritance passing from parent to child, teacher to students, older to younger. Generations invites viewers to explore the continued dialogue between artists over a period that spans roughly 80 years. The exhibit closes on September 2nd, and for more information, you can visit the link on the screen. We have 2 events with the Brand Associates that are coming up. Please join the Brand Associates for Artful Conversations, a new offering by the Brand Associates on August 27th at 2 p.m. During this 60-minute collaborative workshop, guest artist historian Deborah Thompson and poet Tina Dermerjian will educate and engage participants to explore, discover, and develop a personal connection to exhibits and brands gallery through the lens of art history and poetry. And for more information, you can visit the link on the screen. And save the date, Brand 50 will enjoy a fun and festive opening on Saturday, September 24th at 6 p.m. at the Brand Library and Art Center. To ring in 50 years, Brand Associates will have food trucks in the parking lot below the gallery, along with a special Brand 50 draft beer available for purchase. Come and enjoy this annual exhibition. For more information, you can visit the link on the screen. And that is the library report. Shall I move us to agenda item 4?
Yes, thank you.
Agenda item 4, oral communications. I believe we have one public comment speaker, Chairperson Inc.
Okay, Mr. Meek?
Good afternoon. I have a very short presentation with a few pictures. Several years ago, I did a tour with the Economic Development Department through the city of downtown, and they kept asking us for ideas on what we could do in our city alleys to make them better. I recently returned from a trip back to my hometown and made some great discoveries. I found this art alley that they had taken an old dumpy alley and revised it and turned it into an art display. If we could, next slide, please. They put local artists on vinyl and put them in there. The alley now stays clean, and people come there for senior prom pictures, for wedding pictures, all sorts of things. And I thought this was a terrific idea we could do in our alleys around Glendale. If we could have the next slide. One idea I had was Chess Park, which is quite often used from Orange going to Alex and back and forth or into downtown. Another one was the, I want to call it an alley, but the entrance to the Kinkali dumpling place. Could I see the next one? This is the side wall of the Men's Warehouse, and we could put art in there. I'm sure that there are many other alleys in Glendale, north and south, that could do this sort of thing. I'm just wanting to encourage you to probably look forward to this, see if you can move this forward as a project within the city. I had one last slide I wanted to show you. This is the bike rack I found in my hometown, and I thought with Jewel City, it's a perfect bike rack. And it could be anywhere and everywhere in our city. That's all I wanted to say to you. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Otherwise, have a great meeting.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Great ideas.
Are there any questions or responses?
Well, I'm interested in knowing what's your hometown, where is your hometown? Are they like, is it like Glendale, or is it, big,
My
small?
hometown is New Philadelphia, Ohio. The county seat of Tuscarawas County, halfway between Cleveland and Columbus. It's a total of 16,000 people.
Okay.
It's a little town. but
Little
it's very
town,
pretty.
big ideas,
They also
little
have some
town.
great murals.
There you go. Thank you.
All right, let's move to the next item.
Just going to quickly check our public comment call, pardon. I don't believe we have any public comments, so we can move on to the next item. Agenda item 5A, IDEA, Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, Anti-Racism Plan. Motion to approve and adopt the IDEA plan by the Aspire Group. And we have, over the course of the last few months, as the commission well knows, we've been working with the Aspire Group to establish an IDEA plan, which would really be the guiding post for all of our departmental and commission-related programmatic initiatives. And the Aspire Group has been working with administrative staff with the library, but also on July 14th that met with the commission for a special meeting to review the initial IDE plan, especially the equity statement that would be in consideration. So this is just an approval and adoption of the plan as part of the commission's work.
Great. Are there any questions or comments from
I have a
commissioners?
quick question. Would the statement be displayed anywhere? Would it be on our website? Would it be?
That's a fantastic question. I think it would definitely, Commissioner Tufenkian, be included on our website, and we're also hoping to establish a boiler statement as part of that would be included on job descriptions, on our website, on our materials, and such. Director Schaefer, is there any additional? Oh, yeah, it would be definitely included on the website.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, take a motion.
I move to approve and adopt the IDEA plan as presented by the Aspire Group.
I'll second.
Roll call, Commissioners Tufenkian,
Yes.
Vidor,
Yes.
Vice Chair Viar,
Yes.
Chairperson Yang.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 5B, sponsorship opportunity, Glendale International Film Festival. Motion approving, 1, the funding of a proposal by Glendale Arts to provide arts programming associated with the Glendale International Film Festival, and 2, the sponsorship of the Glendale International Film Festival in an amount not to exceed $5,000 from the 2022-2023 work plan. We do have Nina Crow here from Glendale Arts, who is going to be presenting the sponsorship opportunity.
Hi. I can get my mask off my earring. There we go. Good afternoon, Chair Bell Yank and Vice Chair Viar and Arts and Culture Commissioners, Library Arts and Culture staff. Thank you for allowing me to talk today for a few brief minutes. My name is Nina Crow. I'm with Glendale Arts. I'm the Chief Executive Officer, and we're really excited that this year we are presenting the Glendale International Film Festival. The International Film Festival, the Glendale International Film Festival, has been a part of Glendale's landscape since 2014, and it was created by a writer, producer, beautiful character that we all know. Her name is Velvet Rhodes, and she passed away in 2022. And so Glendale Arts was in conversation with the GIF board, Glendale International Film Festival board, and agreed that this would be a terrific opportunity for us to really relaunch it, because the past year they did not have a film festival last year. The year before it was virtual. And so in addition to launching it, how could Glendale Arts actually even elevate it and take it on to the next level that we know can create moments of conversation and arts and cultural engagement in the city of Glendale? So just briefly, it's an 8-day film festival. We're screening films at the Lemley Theater here in Glendale. The student filmmaker competition is going to be held at Glendale Community College. It is running from September 29th through October 6th. We'll include Q&As, programs, presentations, panel discussions. We have a screenplay competition as well, and networking opportunities in the opening and closing events. Just gift by the numbers. We anticipate 3,500 film goers. It's a conservative number, but as I was listening to what you just adopted, the IDEA, this is a fantastic program that feeds right into that. It is an international film festival. We received submissions from 19 countries, 170 films, which is really something that we're excited about since it was really our first year of launching this. And not only is it a diverse group of filmmakers from male and female perspective, but it's also directors and actors of disability, of color, of fluidity and gender. And so it's really, really an exciting opportunity for us to showcase these wonderful filmmakers. And as I mentioned today, it's 8 days altogether. Just this gives you a timeline of what's going to happen. So on September 29th is our opening celebration. It's at the Glenmark, and it is for filmmakers, for sponsors, and for other guests. And will really just be a nice, relaxing way to celebrate the filmmakers and kick off the celebration. And then we go September 30th through October 2nd to the filmmaker competition portion. We had over 170 films submitted, but 65 of them have been invited to be screened at the film festival. 17 of those are student films. On October 1st, we'll be screening those films at Glendale Community College. The other films will be screened on that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in the Sunday morning portion of the day at the Lumley in downtown Glendale. The awards will be distributed, and again, the filmmakers honored at an event on October 2nd. And what happens then after that, after the competition closes, is something, we're kind of wrapping this into what we're calling a film week, right? Film Week Glendale. And we have an opportunity on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for individual organizations to showcase what their specialties are, to put together their own programming. And so we're working with the Armenian Film Society, who has 2 or 3 documentaries that will be screening along with the panel discussion. The Alex Film Society will be talking about history of filmmaking here in Glendale, the landmarks that have been included in films, and they may show a classic short or two. And we're working on the other 2 days with some other sponsors and topics which I think are of interest. Which leads us to why we're here today, which is to respectfully request sponsorship from the Arts and Culture Commission. There's 2 particular sponsorship opportunities at $5,000 I would love for you to consider, and it really depends on where you would like to invest your dollars. The first is in a special programming. We're looking to close on Thursday with a Women in Film topic, where we've got women from behind the camera, from in front of the camera. It's a relevant and an interesting and impactful topic. And we are looking for sponsors to help put that together. We would work on securing the films and the speakers, and so we're looking for financial support that day. We're also looking for a headline sponsor for Saturday. Saturday is a diverse lineup of shorts from 3 minutes to a feature film, which is 2 hours. So we have films starting at as early as noon. Our last film starts at 7:30. You're out by, our last block is 10:15. You're out by midnight. It's a long day of film from female, male, diverse, lots of different countries and lots of different topics. Both of them come with perks like red carpet, photo opportunities, tickets, festival passes, time to come to the closing ceremony as well. If you sponsor, let's say, the special program, the Women in Film event, then you, of course, would also have tickets to that, which you could go yourself, or you could say, you know what, I really want to make sure female filmmakers from Glendale College, we want them to use the tickets, or students, that you can use those in any way that you would like to. They're up for your disposal. And that's the end of my presentation. Just thank you for letting me share this news, this information, for presenting this opportunity, which is obviously an impactful beginning to start a cultural conversation, and has the potential for some great artistic impact for the city of Glendale. I'm open to answer any questions now or later, at your disposal.
Thank you. Are there any questions from commissioners?
Couple of questions. So thank you for doing this. I think it's very exciting. First, I wanted to see, was this a nationwide, or was this statewide LA, or was it local Glendale? How did you select the both the students and the filmmakers? Who were the jurors? Was there a category, or was it documentary? Was it et cetera?
Okay.
And then also I have a question regarding the sponsorship.
Okay. Do you want, I can answer those 2 first, and then we can go to sponsorship. So the call for film submissions went out through Film Freeway, which is a platform that many film festivals use. And so it went internationally, and we have countries. There's a lot of Asian, there's a few Chinese, there's a couple from Iran, Belgium, France, Armenia. There's a lot from Glendale as well. The student competition, we used Film Freeway as well, and we had additional assistance from one of the film department heads at GCC, who put an alert out to her students, as well as the students that went on to continue to study school, because not only a film in school, not only was it local for Glendale College, but you could also be at USC for film right now, so, or you could be in high school. So we worked closely with the educators that are in contact with students to help get the word out. The categories that they'll be awarded in are both short and features. We have feature film, short film, international, animation, and screenplay. Our judges came from those backgrounds. For instance, Jennifer Berry, who is very active in the community of Glendale, is a writer herself, an actor herself, published as well. She had the team that reviewed the screenplays. And all of it's all done virtually, right? So you're through Film Freeway, you read the script, you watch the movie, you write your comments down. Other judges for the films were ranged from people that are avid film goers to people that are actors to people that are behind the scenes to the writing and the directing of the film. So a wide variety of judges. And we took their scores, which, you know, if you were let's just say a cinematographer, you might have scored something off the charts because it was just a beautiful film to watch and to view, and someone with a screenplay writing background gave a higher score. So we took those averages and came up with the top films. And of those 66 films that are awarded, we'll go back to the judges, and we have a ballot, so to speak, of those films, and we're asking them to rank 1, 2, 3, which ones they would like to see receive an award, and from that we'll have the ones that are awarded in each of those categories. And the one thing that I didn't mention, which I think is really great, we will be awarding a female filmmaker a special award called the Velvet, and that is in honor of Velvet Rhodes. So that'll be a separate category that the judges can, that could be a short, that could be, we've got music videos, we've got animation, we've got feature films, so it could be a female in any of those categories.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know, is it okay to ask you about budget? Like
Absolutely.
what the full budget was and what the sponsorship would go for?
Absolutely. The budget right now, every week we look at it, right? So we started at one number. Right now, the whole production of the festival will run about $60,000. And we've got sponsorship dollars that are up to about half of that right now. Conservatively, the other half will be met through our earned income of ticket revenue. Then we also have sponsorship, advertising and merchandising and concessions to make up the difference. So I don't know if that answers your question, but happy to go delve deeper if you'd like.
I think that's fine. Thank
Okay,
you.
you're welcome.
Any other questions? Commissioner Vidor, Vice Chair Byer?
Well, I was just wondering if will the student films be in the same mix as the others that are eligible for awards or are in competition for awards?
Yeah, so they will be screened separately at Glendale Community College, and then they'll be awarded their own awards as a student filmmaker and as a student screenplay writer. So we're looking at them separately. And one of the benefits we also have is we have lots of great feedback and comment for them for their next piece that they'll put together.
And does the Film Freeway that you're using for the festival provide the judges as well as when they screened the plays and sorted them out? Are they also the people who will do the final judging?
Yes, so the judges are all volunteers that Glendale Arts has put together. And those judges that viewed the films preliminary to be accepted into the film festivals will be the same that they've helped us narrow it down. And so now let's narrow it down even more. So those will be the same judges.
I see.
They're the ones that have the insight. And, you know, it's really fun to hear them talk back and forth about what they thought, you know, brought value to one film or another.
Right. Sure it is.
Yeah, it's great.
Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, if there's no other questions or comments, thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Do we want to make a motion or discuss?
You know, I don't have it with me, but can I just say I move to, thank you. I move, the Arts and Culture Commission hereby approves the funding of a proposal for Glendale Arts to provide art programming associated with the Glendale International Film Festival And 2, the sponsorship of Glendale International Film Festival in an amount not to exceed $5,000 from the 2022 and 2023 work plan, as more fully outlined in the August 18, 2022 report by the Library Arts and Culture's Principal Arts and Culture Commission Administrator.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you.
Roll call, Commissioners Tufenkian,
Yes.
Commissioner Vidor,
Yes.
Vice Chair Viar,
Yes.
Chairperson Yank.
Yes.
Could we get clarification? This is Gary Schaefer, Director, Library Arts and Culture. I believe there were 2 different programs that were presented. Was there one in particular? There was a women's filmmakers and a student filmmakers.
I think we're moving both?
Oh, I thought it was
Are
one
we-
or the other.
Are we moving one or the other?
Yeah, maybe you can clarify for
Sure,
us.
certainly. A $5,000 sponsorship would create benefits through the entire festival. However, you would be featured more prominently either at the Women in Film event, which would be, let's say, on closing night on October 6th, or on the Saturday, October 1st, as the headline sponsor for that day, sponsoring the diverse programs. So that would be the difference depending on, where your support would go to lie. To your question, what would the sponsorship go towards? It would go towards that specific day of filmmakers' shows.
So obviously up to you all. I thought as a 100% women-run commission, you might be interested in the women in film, but it's totally up to you. You might be more interested in the student film.
Comments? Or?
Yeah, they both seem great to me, but please, if somebody wants to
I-
weigh in on one.
Feel strongly that, assuming that when we talk about women in film, you're talking about women behind the camera as well, because it seems like it's still an ongoing struggle for women to gain traction in the world of cinematography and some of the other technical fields.
Yes.
So I would opt for women in film.
Opportunities as well as pay equity are very
equity.
important for behind the camera, as well as, it won't necessarily, maybe our moderator might be in front of the camera person, but it will really be about the creative industry and how women, as the makeup of, let's just say Glendale or Los Angeles County, are not represented in that same demographic of the creative workforce here.
Yeah, that's an important conversation. So I vote for women in film.
Thank you. Mr. Grant, do you need the motion amended, or how would you like us to proceed?
Good afternoon, Commissioners and Chairman Yang. I think you have to reconsider the motion. There'll be a motion to reconsider it, and then you do a new motion.
Mr. Grant, may I just restate the motion and include that emphasis on the Women in Film event?
Well, it's, again, I think the motion should be reconsidered. Be a motion to reconsider the original motion.
As that's a new procedure for this commission, not a new thing for, municipal government, could you state what we need to do? Thank you.
Okay, well, again, we would have to make a motion to reconsider the previous motion, and then we can amend it,
Okay,
take a new vote.
can I have a motion to reconsider the previous motion?
I'll make a motion to consider the previous motion, reconsider the previous motion.
Second?
Thank you. Roll call. Commissioners Tufenkian,
Yes.
Vidor,
Yes?
Vice Chair Viar,
Yes.
Chairperson Yank.
Yes.
I'll restate the motion for consideration. Motion approving the funding of a proposal by Glendale Arts to provide arts program associated with the Women in Film event as part of the Glendale International Film Festival, and with sponsorship of the Glendale International Film Festival in an amount not to exceed $5,000 from the 2022-2023 work plan.
And that would be for the Women in Film sponsorship opportunity. Okay. Is there a motion for that?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All right.
Roll call. Commissioners Tufenkian,
Yes.
Vidor,
Yes.
Vice Chair Vire,
Yes.
Chairperson Yank.
Yes.
And Chairperson Yank, my apologies for not catching that earlier, but I just wanted to make sure
No,
we
thank
did that
you.
while we were in session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate the clarity. Thank you
Thank you.
very much.
May I move the agenda forward, Chairperson Yank?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Agenda item 6A, 2022-2023 work plan progress updates. We have a few progress updates in regards to citywide arts. Art Happens Anywhere projects updates. Staff is currently in the process of finalizing the details for a project's culmination celebration to highlight the 17 artists as part of their projects, and that'll take place in the fall, probably October of this year, but we'll make sure to keep the commission apprised of that progress. In regards to the mural ordinance, staff is still diligently very much working with Ms. Odenkirk in regards to the draft mural ordinance and policies and procedures which would complement the ordinance, and we're hoping to have an update to present to you at the September commission meeting. In regards to this third item, Creative Crosswalks RFP, we're happy to share that staff has released the Creative Crosswalks RFP on August 8th. We've begun to promote and disperse the RFP to various artist opportunities. We're very hopeful that we're going to get really strong applications for this progress. And the application will close on September 23rd at 5 o'clock, and the opportunity is available on the commission's website. There are no updates for neighborhood arts. There are no updates for performing arts and no updates for arts and cultural events. We do have an update for marketing and communications. Staff has drafted a public relations firm request for proposals, which we're very excited to share with you. I know this was a goal of Commissioner Tufenkian's when she was chair, so we're happy to finally get here. It is included as Exhibit A as part of your packet, and if you have any questions, we're welcome to answer them.
Okay. Any comments or questions on the discussion items? Commissioner Vidor, go ahead.
Okay. Oh dear. I was wondering if you could include at the beginning on page 2, you mention a number of cultural organizations, and if you could include the Museum of Neon Art in that.
And is this for the RFP that you're referring to?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
The RFP language. Is that what we're reviewing right now? Okay. And then, I was thinking, and I don't know if this is considered relevant, but we rarely talk about some of the cultural landmarks that don't necessarily fall obviously into the arts category. And I'm thinking of things like the Japanese Tea House and the 2 historic adobes that are repositories for valuable things and certainly can be arts. Well, the Tea House has been an arts venue, but the adobes and the parkland around them and some of these other more historically oriented landmarks could make nice cultural enhancements as well that include art. So maybe we can add those, or consider adding them. And then my other comment was that I felt, that the language was very specific and complete, and really commend you all who worked on it and doing a great job. I wasn't sure that I got the message, and it may be in there somewhere, so correct me if I'm wrong, that the city's entire public-facing image has to change because, library arts and culture and its web presence can do a lot of things, but when you go on the city's front-facing page, like you're going to Glendale first, and then you may drill down, it's a very sterile environment, and it doesn't speak of art that strongly. It doesn't telegraph an artistic sensibility. So I was just hoping that the general city is going to be brought into this, and it won't just be focused on GLAC. You used West Hollywood and Santa Monica as examples of places that do that well, and when you go right to their city websites, you immediately get a feeling from looking at the front page of their websites, and that is not the case in the city of Glendale. So, is my message clear? Did that make sense? It was a little rambling.
Chairperson Yank, Commissioners, Commissioner Vidor, that would really be beyond the scope of any kind of engagement as far as the cost to include that would be astronomical. Now, that said, we're looking for a strategic partner. So if the partner were to recommend something like that, we wouldn't say, oh, beyond the scope, forget that. We would certainly share that with the city. We could entertain their suggestions for firms that could help that. Like sometimes, that coming from a consultant is heard louder for some reason than when it comes from staff. So certainly that could be, I think everything's on the table, but we can't put everything in the kitchen sink in the RFP. And I think doing that would likely double the cost or triple the cost of the engagement. So I think we can certainly have those discussions with a successful firm once done. But if we include it in the RFP, one, it's kind of beyond the scope of like our singular department. That would really have to come from the city. So I think there's a way to work that in as we proceed. But I don't think that should be, I don't think it would pass muster with council at this point. And this is a RFP between, that this commission is kind of launching. So I hope that addresses your concern. But I think it's an excellent suggestion, and we would work towards that. But it's not appropriate at this time to put in the RFP. But thank you for bringing it up.
Commissioner Vidor, I think that also is a great recommendation. And just to let you know, as far as the internally side, our staff is also in conversations with Economic Development Department, and Economic Development has established a 5-year strategic plan in regards to branding and making Glendale a destination within Southern California. So we have been in very intense conversations with them in regards to this RFP and making sure the right hand is talking to the left hand, and we're dually, on board with this process.
Yeah, I thank you. I think it's really more an issue of continuity of approach. When you go on the different departments' websites, sometimes you see, it's almost like you're looking at different cities, and I don't think that's purposeful. I think it just works out that way sometimes, that different people are enhancing the different sections of the website. And if there was some continuity there, an overarching artistic sensibility being telegraphed to the public, that, maybe that will happen just automatically. I'm not sure, but I understand your point, and I completely, agree that we can't expand the scope of the project, but hopefully that'll be an outgrowth of what's done here. Thank you. Thank you both.
Any other comments, questions?
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so excited about this. I think this is going to put us on the map in a big way. So I'm just looking at the timeline. So we're looking at the implementation of the program to be from 2022 to 24, so 2 years. And then what would happen then? We take over, or what would?
I think at this point it would be the option to extend if we do enjoy working with a PR firm, or if we don't enjoy working with PR firm, the option to look for another PR firm. But I defer to the commission in regards to the next steps for that process.
Okay. Well, I guess that would be something to be considered later on. Okay. And where is the RFP going to go out?
That's a great question, Commissioner Tufankian. So we, one of our fabulous interns, we have several of them over the course of a few years, has done a lot of research on boutique firms, PR firms within the Southern California region. We have, I think, a list of about 30 or 40 that they've compiled. It would definitely go to all of those PR firms, and then, of course, we would disperse it most widely within our networks as well.
Okay. And I feel like, being in the arts is very specific, specific type of marketing. So is it going, I think it should be a PR firm that's familiar with arts marketing and art organization. Yeah.
So absolutely, yeah. Those organizations are focused on PR from arts organizations.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Very excited.
Vice Chair Vier, any questions? No? Okay, great. I just had one clarifying question, if you can just remind me. We're doing a projects culmination for Art Happens Anywhere. Is that program scheduled to continue under the work plan?
As of right now, we're taking a temporary pause because we have these large citywide art projects that we're initially, launching for the next couple of years. But I think it's definitely up for the conversation once we've completed those projects. But
Okay, great. Yeah, I'd love to make sure that we talk about that in the future, just because I think it's a wonderful program and it would be nice to launch it after these large programs are finished with.
I also just wanted to thank our Claremont Graduate University apprentice, Yasmin Buhas, this was her project, was to really do the research and establish a template for the PR firm RFP. And also Tracy Verhen, who was our LA County Arts intern last year, who did a lot of the research for the boutique firms as well. So really appreciate the work that they brought to the table. That is it for the report. Shall we move on to the next agenda item?
Yes.
We have agenda item 7, commission staff comments.
Okay. Commissioner?
As
Thank you.
usual, just very, very thankful for all that you're doing, and both you and Dr. Schaefer, because you guys are doing great work for Glendale and for the arts in Glendale. Thank you.
Commissioner Vidor, anything?
Yeah, I did want to mention something. Well, first of all, I also want to thank all of you, Dr. Schaefer and Jennifer and everybody on staff, for all the incredibly hard work you're doing and the amazing results that we're seeing and the progress that we're seeing, which is, I think, noticed by a lot of people. So thank you. I thought I'd just announce, this is something that will be happening in my neighborhood, so I thought this was a good opportunity to mention it, that there will be a first annual Adams Hill Arts Festival on August 28th from 3 to 7 p.m. And publicity has already gone out and will continue to go out on this, and it will include a number of local artists in the Adams Square Mini Park who are going to be exhibiting, as well as 3 local musicians who live in Adams Hill who will be playing. And also 6 or 7 homes, home studios will be open for viewing and touring during the time of the festival. That'll be from 3 to 6, and there will be more information coming out about that. So I hope that you'll all come, everybody in the room here and everybody listening, and everyone on the commission will get an opportunity to experience that and then let us know what they think. Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair Viar?
Yes, just besides just general thanks to Dr. Schaefer and to Jennifer and Yvonne, I wanted to more specifically thank the staff, the Library Arts and Culture staff, and the Public Works staff for collaborating on the modification of the Creative Crosswalks project RFP. I think that the revisions, I think, speak very directly to our commitment and the city's commitment for access, equity and inclusion and access to for artists applying for this opportunity. So thank you for that. And also thank you for all that. I think the RFP for the public relations firm just reflects just a boatload of work, and I can tell that it took a lot of time and effort, and I thank you very much for that. So, thanks.
And I wanted to echo, my fellow commissioners, I feel like we have reached a wonderful point in several very long-running and complicated and ambitious projects. So the Creative Crosswalks, city departments working with one another, a lot of staff time and effort went into that. The public relations firm, as you mentioned, that has been happening for, over a year now, and lots and lots of research and time going into that, as well as the Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Anti-Racism Plan, which is huge, and I know encompassed, so many probably very deep, very, it requires everyone to dig really deep to go through a process like that. And so I really recognize the staff, the Aspire group, many library arts and culture staff who are not here today who went through that process, as well as the support of my fellow commissioners throughout the whole process. That's really huge for Glendale and for the department, but also I think for the city as a whole, that we're setting that example and, and putting that statement out there. So thank you to everyone for reaching such a wonderful point on all of these projects. Yes, Director Schaefer.
Thank you all. The appreciation goes a long way, and we do appreciate it very much. And I do think the IDEA work is huge, and that really was the genesis of that was, I'd say, in this room, but I think we did it online. But it was from this group. So thank you for being champions of that. I also, even though it was covered earlier, I just want to give a little shout out for a very big art exhibit at the Central Library right now in honor of the Korean Comfort Women commemoration. It's some of the most monumental art we've housed in the library, and it would really be a shame if you missed it. So if you can, come by and see it, or others in the public can see it, both in Reflect Space, and then there's also a very large ship that has somehow found its way into the Central Library near the front door. So I hope you'll have a chance to check out the turtle ship and check out the Han Ho's exhibit. I think it's later going to be moving to New York City and be featured there. Then it's coming possibly back to California to be featured in a museum. Now you can see it for free, because libraries are still for fun and for free. So please do check it out. It's, both the artists are of, there's other artists as well and other art exhibits, but they're all of international renown. So hope you can check it out. Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you.
Shall I move on to agenda item 8, written communications? We do not have any. So agenda item 9 is adjournment.
Right, thank you, everyone. We are adjourned.